Welcome to another episode of iSPORTS, where the game never sleeps. Yeah, we saw a lot of action over the weekend, and the big game, Chelsea against Arsenal, will be what we focus on in this episode. I'm AB Manuel, and I'm here with
Richmond.
yeah. So, Rich, Chelsea against Arsenal came up on Sunday, and it was quite exciting. How do you feel about the match?
Chelsea versus that's Arsenal was really an interesting match to watch. I really loved the match. I really loved the match. It was just a back-to-back attack match, and it was really an interesting match.
I feel it was exciting. It was really exciting, as we expected. We all expected it to be feisty. People even couldn't predict the outcome. People were like trying to shy away from predictions. Usually, people predict, oh, Chelsea will win, Arsenal will win, but Arsenal is on form, and Chelsea is also on form, and it was difficult. And indeed, the match was difficult, except for the red card that Chelsea conceded. I think that is what really hurts Chelsea because with that red card, Chelsea couldn't really play the attacking football. We saw the changes that Maresca made. We saw that he took out Esteban. I feel why he took him out is because when you look at all the players on the pitch, he's the only one who, when it comes to defending, he's not like actually like having that defensive mentality. So you could see that he brought on all the players. He brought on Dilap, even though he's a striker, but he also provides some defensive edge. So I feel that was what hurt Chelsea. But the score is not that bad. It's at least playing 10 men against 11 men and not losing is a good result. What do you feel about that?
The red card incident. I don't know. Although it's a red card, but EPL is becoming inconsistent. The referees are becoming inconsistent because this same challenge, Bentancur did the same thing to a Chelsea player against our match, and still, he even had a yellow card for that match. It was really, I don't get why this.
Anthony Taylor, for Anthony Taylor, his officiating is different from any other referee. I feel he's harsher than the rest of the referees. When you look at the match, any little tackle, he will just issue a yellow card. That's how he started the match. But later, he had to tone down because he knew that maybe he might just be dishing out red card. And for the Caicedo's tackle, when you look at the video very well, I feel Anthony Taylor had it right for the red card. It was a serious tackle. So yeah. But I feel Hincapie should have somehow gotten a second yellow too, but it didn't happen. I was really hoping Hincapie to get a second yellow so that it would be 10 against 10, but it didn't happen. But for Anthony Taylor, I must say he's strict. He's somehow like strict, and that's how he is. So whenever he's officiating your match, you should expect that.
For Anthony Taylor, always, as we say, for him, when it comes to Chelsea match, you should always. And one thing is, he always like using the whistle too much. He just slows down the match, the tempo of the match. Any little thing, then he will just whistle. It's too much. It's too much. He has to just stop that. And let's move into the match itself.
The lineup, how Chelsea.
And also, as I said, always he played the same formation against that's Barca. He just made one sub. This time around. João Pedro came in, and he benched Garnacho. So as he played as Caicedo and that's Rhys James in the midfield, and it was always when he plays this kind of formation, when he meets the big team, it's always going to be competitive. When you face this kind of midfield, that's a midfield of Caicedo and Rhys James, because Rhys James has this defensive idea, and also when it comes to attack, he's also good there. And let's move into Arsenal. For Arsenal, Saliba had in training, he just had some knock and he couldn't play. So they played as Musquera and that's Hincapié. And they did quite well. They really did quite well because these two players have not really played together as compared to that's Gabriel and Saliba. So they also did well. But one player that I would praise in this match is Rhys James. Rhys James, it's been a year now that Rhys James went for an injury, and we have to praise him for that. When he's on the field, you know that he's going to give you that kind of quality. One thing is, when Chelsea even had the red card, you could see that still Chelsea was dominating. When you even check statistics, Chelsea played more shots than Arsenal, and it's quite. I didn't even believe it because when the red card came, I thought, oh, it was the Chelsea is going to
Yeah,
lose the
switch
match.
to
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
defensive mode. Yeah, even though Chelsea played defensively, but this time it wasn't like before. You see, one time I think there was this match that Chelsea had a red card that um, Maresca made some hasty decisions. He took out the best performing players and switched to full defensive mode and really didn't help the team. But this time, even though he brought on players that were good defensively, but he maintained the attackers and you could see the attack and also the defense at the same time. For me, I feel the reason why Palmer didn't play is because he wanted to have players on the field that could contribute defensively. Since he was a man short, he didn't want players that would only contribute attacking and leave the defense. So I think that is why he didn't bring Cole Palmer on. Because when you look at the players, and that is why I think um, this guy Gusto played full 90 minutes because Gusto somehow I don't understand. He doesn't have any attacking mindset at all. Whenever we are attacking and he's leading, like he's in possession of the ball, you should be rest assured that he will just give a back pass, and that's what happened in the
oh
match.
yeah, yeah, and also one player we have to praise is Cucurella. He had a yellow card early in the match, but still, what happened? He was able to still stand against Saka. For him, when you give him that kind of competition, he always faces, and I like how he was able to face. And one thing is, the coach also made good decisions this time around. But one change that he did I didn't like was bringing in the lab. Yeah, but for him, you see, most of the time when he gets a red card, he just do the hasty changes and stuff. But this time around, he even allowed them to play the first half before even bringing in another player, and that's a plus for him. He's learning, and
Yeah,
also this keeper is also learning. That's Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, his mistakes is really going down, and that is what we always expect from him. He did like two crucial saves, and
Yeah,
that was really mad. And also that's Raya. The two keepers were
yeah,
all
they were on point.
they were
Like
on point because in the first half, that's Raya did some save. João Pedro had the ball, and the way he
it
just
was an
jumped to save the
excellent
ball, it
save.
was it
Right,
was really an excellent save.
the two keepers were on form on that match, and it was really good. But overall, I think the way that people expected Arsenal to play against Chelsea, I think they were not able to play up to that level. They couldn't play and dominate the game. I think Chelsea dominated the game more, and I feel sincerely, if not for Chelsea being a man down, Chelsea would have won this game. That's what overall I feel about this game. But I feel Arsenal did well, though, but they didn't overpower Chelsea in any way. I felt Chelsea was in control, and even though Arsenal has been dominating their matches, they've been doing well this season. I still think Chelsea is a stronger side than them. Yeah, that's what I feel about
Also, it
the
seems
match.
this record is still Arsenal is still keeping their record intact because the last time we scored them in that Stamford Bridge is 2018, and it's too bad. It's becoming like Chelsea United, that's Old Trafford case. We don't know whenever we go to Old Trafford, it's either we are going for a lose or we are going for a draw. And it seems Arsenal is also taking our own home. They are trying to beat us in our own home, and it's too much. It's too much.
But
But
I feel the draw is not bad, and Chelsea can start on that note. And I'm sure the next time Chelsea will meet Arsenal, Chelsea will win this game. So, like, any last words for the match
oh
before we
yeah,
go?
my last words is, that's Caicedo. Caicedo, you are really an experienced player. We didn't really expect. One thing is he always goes for certain kinds of tackles that this time around, the player has already played the ball. Why do you just it was
Go for
really
the attack.
a nasty tackle, and it
Yeah,
was too bad. It was too bad. So we expect that this time he's going to miss us 2 matches, or yeah, two
there
matches.
was a straight red.
Yeah, straight through. So he's going to miss 2 matches. So we won't see him in the Leeds and Bournemouth match. That's this week. Weekday we have match against that Leeds and also Bournemouth. So he will be out for those matches too. And we hope that Andre Santos will take his chances this time around too.
Yeah, for Andre Santos, this season, the chances he has had, he has really made good use of them. So, in a way, just like Arsenal has the squad depth, and whenever they are their player is injured, the next person who replaces the player does really well. So I feel that is how Chelsea too is becoming. You could see that whenever the players from the bench come on, they also do well. Yeah. So it was quite an exciting match. The Chelsea Arsenal match, the London Derby lived up to expectation and it was exciting as always. Yeah. So this has been an exciting episode of iSports and see you in the next one. Bye.